Hi and welcome back. I hope you had a good Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever it is that you celebrate in your part of the world. Yes, it was an interesting Christmas indeed. Yeah, so I thought I'd update you on a few things, and this is just sort of just general thinking and rants and comments. So basically, people have been asking questions along the lines of how do you survive Christmas, and I know this is sort of after the fact, but a lot of vegans struggling to work out how they survive Christmas on the food and also on the exercise. And I thought I'd share a few of my comments, okay, and how I go about dealing with Christmas. First of all, I'm pretty lucky because my mother is a vegetarian. She's been a vegetarian for about 40 years. So the only animal products that she consumes really is dairy products. So it's not really hard to sort of fit my veganism into the kitchen at home. And also, my mother is 85 years of age, so she's not really that interested in what food is happening at any given time, so she's quite happy to sit down to a full vegan meal. So I'm very, very lucky. But I know a lot of people aren't so lucky, and they have to navigate a much more complex variety of foods. Over the Christmas break, I had most of the foods were cooked foods. I did take 13 kilos of bananas with me and my blender. I also got my mother a blender. I got her a Magic Bullet. I'm not really keen on the Magic Bullets and the NutriBullets, but here in Australia they're very expensive for what they really are. But it's trying to get nutrition into my mother is a difficult thing, and particularly at her age, where preparing food is the last thing that she wants to be able to do. So being able to blend up some fruits and vegetables into a drink, and that will make her life a little bit easier. While she didn't open up the present, or use the present I should say, while I was there, she rang me a few days later on saying that she had used it and she was pretty pleased with the blender, and she would most probably want to be using it going forward. The big problem for her will be getting enough fresh foods into the house to be able to blend up, but I think we might be able to solve that problem going forward. As she starts to use it, she'll sort of realise that she can't really live without it, and it'll become her main source of nutrition going forward. So, strike one for me. So that's pretty good. And the foods that I had over Christmas break were mainly cooked meals. Whilst I did have fruits and banana smoothies and things like that, it was very, very rustic. What I did was just really banana smoothies, just bananas and water. That was it. And I took a lot of nectarines with me. And that's pretty much what I ate during the day. And sultanas. So I ate a lot of sultanas. And evening meals were all cooked meals. They were quite high in oils. But that's okay. I mean, people are freaking out about how much oil they're taking. If I have some oil, it'll ruin my high carb, low fat vegan diet. It'll destroy my metabolism and things like that. It won't. Having the occasional high fatty meal isn't really going to do you any long term harm. It's more a matter of what you do over the long term that counts, not necessarily what you do over the short term over small cycles. So, people that are relapsing and having problems with maintaining a diet, or sort of have a bit of a binge here and a binge there, just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and tomorrow's another day. And it's more about the long term numbers, not the short term things that you do that are critical. Okay, so over the long term, I eat mainly raw. I eat very, very low fat, so therefore it's not such an issue. As far as exercise over the break, I didn't do any exercise. I just chilled. I just relaxed. I was social. It was more about being with people and communicating and talking, not about me per se. I'm doing physical activities and going off for a run or things. But I mean, I could have, if I really wanted to, I could have gone off for a run. I don't really need to take anything special with me. I don't need to have any special weights or take my bike with me. I mean, as long as I've got some runners, I can go for a run. If I don't have runners, I could go for a long walk. But there was no need for me to do anything like that. When I got back, I had quite a long break from exercise, and the biggest problem, again, this is to do with short-term issues and long-term issues, because I'm not necessarily the fittest person on the planet. Taking a week or so off doing any exercise whatsoever makes it very difficult to get back to exercise, because what happens is your mind kicks in and it starts playing those games with you, and then you're too tired, you feel exhausted, you don't feel really up to it, your mood's not right to be able to go off and do some exercise, and then what you start doing is your mind starts playing these games, which gets in the way of you actually improving. So getting back into exercise was required a little bit of effort, and the day that I did it, I was super duper tired. I felt really exhausted. I felt totally depleted, and I really didn't want to do it. But I thought, if I don't get back up and start doing it, it's going to become a long-term problem, and it could be, I could be a month without exercise, and that would be actually a problem. So I got up there. I did a 7-kilometre run walk, because I'm still learning to run, which I've never been able to run in my life, but over the last 2 months and that I've been learning to run, and so now I can run in about 5-minute bursts with about a 2-minute break. So I did 7 kilometres like that, and I did that. I did that for the following 3 days. So over that time, I'm feeling really good. Yesterday I went for a 7-kilometre walk. I'm glad it was a walk more than a run, because I am feeling a little bit today, but like when I got on the scales, I've gained a lot of weight. But that's nothing to worry about, because the weight that I've gained is actually muscle mass, not fat. So that's not such an issue. So I'm happy to be gaining muscle mass, not fat mass. So I'm cool with that, and I'll continue on doing some more walking, and I'll get back on the bike shortly and start doing my longer rides. I want to start doing 60-kilometre rides, so about 3 or 4 times a week. And whilst you might be sort of saying, or you might be thinking, you're like Freely and Drury, and don't do that amount of exercise. The thing is that I'm not Freely and I'm not Durian rider. I'm not lean, I'm not fit, and I'm not trying to maintain. I'm actually trying to rebuild my body. So therefore, I need to put a lot of effort in, because I spent a lot of time building myself into a keg, into a chubby thing, and getting diabetes, and now I have to rebuild my body. So I have to put a lot more effort in to get back to a state where I'm lean and I'm trim, and my muscle mass is right, and I'm feeling fit. And then once I'm there, yes, I can start maintaining my body like Durian Rider and Freely do. But before I can get to that stage, I have to put in a lot of miles. So that's hours in saddle. Okay. Hours in the saddle hits. Okay, so that's basically been my Christmas. I hope you've enjoyed your time, and I'll catch up to you soon. Take care, bye.